Hi, Jordan.
Hey Alex, how's it going?
Not too bad, thanks. You okay?
Not too bad. How's the latest exhibit? How's that been?
Well, it concluded this afternoon, and it seems to have gone pretty well so far as I know. So
So
people have
where'd
been
you
enjoying
store?
my work and such like.
Cool. Where'd you store them? Where'd you store them after? You know,
In
where'd
my
you store?
room.
Did you store them in your room, or did you take them home with you and store them? Or
Yeah, just in my bedroom upstairs,
cool,
waiting for the next exhibition.
awesome. So this is our last one. I don't know where Joe is, but anyway, we can all the 30th sounds okay. I just need to wait. Yeah, I just need. I know Joe's just been on vacation, so I just need to wait on him first, and then hopefully I'll email you in 2 weeks just to let you know. If he can't make it, it can just be the two of us because I know we need to get up. I know we need to have a meet up together. Do you have any plans for after? Do you have any plans for the rest of the summer? I know a lot of cons are slowly getting back to it, but at the moment it's just US members only. So at the minute they're only do at the minute for now until August. I think they're going to be doing cons right up until you know. Start of August. But yeah, so what for our final one? It might just be you'll have to these ones I might give you some hard ones because I've been practicing them this week. But yeah, so do you want to explain? As this is a recording for YouTube, do you want to explain to my viewers about your channel?
Fair enough. So, greetings, fellow Decepticons. Soundblaster1987 here. I run a toy review for Transformers, Tokusatsu, Marvel Legends, Star Wars: The Black Series, and other action figures, mostly Transformers and SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider figures, although I am going to be branching out throughout the remainder of 2021 and 2022 with other figures. Stay tuned to my channel when my next review will be SH Figure Arts Thanos Endgame Armored version.
That's great. That's great. I've only got about 559. I'm hoping to get 1 million by the start of next by my let's just say my 25th birthday next year.
Well, it's going to be my 23rd birthday next Friday, and I've only got 64 subscribers on my channel.
64?
I've been running my channel for 3 years, and I've only got 64 subscribers.
I'm really sorry to hear that, buddy. Is there something I can help you with, or
well, I was thinking of bringing both you and Alistair onto the channel as you're a cartoon trivia expert and Alistair's a toy collecting trivia expert and that kind of thing. Alistair's got more experience with the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure line than I have and that kind of thing. So since Alistair's a bit camera shy, we're going to be making a CGI animator workaround for that and pre-recording his voice for videos and that kind of thing. So once I've had my second COVID vaccine and once I'm actually at the Harlan studio on Wednesdays, so fingers crossed for the future from there.
Cool. So will you will it like be doing like a green screen, since he wants to record that?
Presumably.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Without any further
yet.
Yeah, can you just give me a second? If he can't come, I'll just I know I said to him that I said to Darcy that I'd once he's come back off holiday, I said to him that I'd give him a couple of days because I don't want to put too much pressure on him, because with him working as well as being a student,
Indeed.
So I've got to respect that privacy. But yeah, I'll email him. I'll email him in just a sec. As you know, for my YouTube channel, while I'm here with Sound Blaster, well, what's your full name again? Yeah, Sound Blaster.
1987.
1987. I am TLD Flyer Tyler 658 Ultimate. I do a lot of voice recordings, and I do, and if you guys are familiar, for you UK fans out there, I do a lot of bus and train videos. At the moment, I haven't done many fan dubs, only the Family Guy ones, only because I have limited voice recording time, and at the minute, because I'm actually doing more train videos, I'm just a bit busy working on, you know, my latest animation. So, due to a couple of things that I have on at the moment that aren't YouTube based, a lot of fan dubs are going to be put on hold until at least mid 2022, only because I have a lot on with my other things at the minute, so it might take me like a year to 18 months. I hope you guys are familiar with that. Please bear in mind that I do. Please bear in mind that I do have a long line of videos that are in the works as of July this month, so this year. So please bear with me. I will get back to you with the full details within the next 6 months. Right, Alex, I'm just going to mute myself for a few minutes. I won't be long, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Alex. I'm back. Okay, for my first voice, you'll have to guess this one. How dare you serve these ear-sucking intruders before us? Give me my meal!
Let me think. Sounds like a Hanna-Barbera type character, but unfortunately it sounds like one of the older ones that I've not watched, so I don't know exactly.
You are incorrect. It is Stretch, one of Casper's uncles for the 1995 Casper movie.
Ah.
Okay, I'll give you another tricky one. Let's see now. You'll definitely recognize this one. I'll get you next time, Gadget. I'll be back.
Dark Claw from the original Inspector Gadget series, the Frank Welker version, which was also the basis for Soundwave's voice in the Transformers cartoon, just with a bit of electronic modulation over the top.
Yep, you are absolutely correct. I did a lot back when I was at Bent Screen School. During my Y11 days, I did a lot of Frank Welker impressions, especially his Dr. Claw impression, which was basically used many times for his other characters in the 90s. So there was a Disney show called Quack Pack, which he used a similar voice for one of the Quack Pack villains in the series. That was one of the Disney shows that I watched, and then he used it again for a Scooby-Doo movie during the Ghoul School movie, which I first grew up watching as the World Dweller. But yeah, Megatron's voice I cannot actually do. Well, I can't do Peter Cullen's voice. The only one I can do is EO. That's the only one of Peter Cullen's roles I can actually do. And not to mention, I don't suppose if you're familiar with Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes of that series.
Okay. Here's one that you might not know. It's from a live movie that I watched a couple of, I watched 3 times a year. Hey, Daddy, I want an Oompa Loompa. I want you to get me an Oompa Loompa right away.
That would be Veruca Salt.
Yes. I thought you wouldn't, for a moment there, I thought you wouldn't get it. It was the 50th anniversary of Willy Wonka on Thursday. Can't believe how old it's been. To be honest, it's the best movie I've ever watched out of Roald Dahl's movies, apart from Matilda. I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I don't. I'll tell you which one I didn't like though. Johnny Depp's version. It doesn't capture the classic. You know, it stays true to the book, but it's not the Chocolate Factory I actually remember.
I actually do like the Johnny Depp version, and I think the nut room scene from that movie is probably one of the reasons I'm obsessed with squirrels and Marvel's Squirrel Girl character now, because, you know, they used 115 live action squirrels for that movie in that scene, and a load of puppets and CGI for crowd shots and whatnot with the squirrels. But
cool. All I know is I didn't know. All I know is I didn't know that the geese were specially made for 1971 one that I grew up with. So that's one thing. That's one thing I'm more used to. But I apologise on your behalf if I offended you for my opinion with Johnny Depp's version. Okay,
everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's just, you know, some people differ on opinions regarding some movies. I mean, Johnny Depp has a bit of a controversial reputation with one thing and another, so.
Yep.
Hey
Joe's
guys,
here. That's okay, Joe. I totally understand. You've been on vacation, so that's totally understandable.
That's everyone.
That's okay. So, Joe, we were talking about Willy Wonka because it's his 50th anniversary.
Yeah. It was 50th it was its 50th during my time on holiday, yeah.
Would you like to hear my Veruca Salt impression?
Oh yeah, that's a good impression.
Hey, Daddy, I want an Oompa Loompa. I want you to get me an Oompa Loompa right away. All right, Veruca, all right. I'll get you one before the day is out. I want an Oompa Loompa now.
That's really good. The vocal tones are really good.
Yeah, it's the closest thing I can get to a little girl's voice. But to be honest, I'll tell you who my least favorite character is. It's Violet Beauregard. I've always the only thing good about her in the original one is when she turns into a blueberry. Okay, guys, here's another impression. I'll get even you with this Wonka if it's the last thing I ever do. I got a blueberry for a daughter.
That's
Sam
very good.
Beauregard,
That's
the car
fantastic.
dealer.
That's spot on, Sam Beauregard.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can do Henry Salt really well. Veruca, sweetheart, I'm not a magician. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because it's Roy
yeah.
Kinnear. It's Roy Kinnear who's big British. He was a big British celebrity. He was in quite a few several films and TV programs. Roy Kinnear. He was in the movie Help with the Beatles.
Awesome.
Alongside Victor Spinetti, I believe, who was known in the animation world for Texas Pete in Super Ted.
Oh, Super Ted, that brings us back. Hanna-Barbera did a TV show later in the late 80s, but teamed up with S4C. I don't suppose if you
I've heard of that. They did two different dubs, one for America, one for UK.
Yep. Danny Cooksey, who did the US one, was known, who I know as Milo Camelani from Pepper Ann and Dave the Barbarian in Dave the Barbarian. Because and cause that's where I first knew Danny Cooksey from, because he was actually friends with Jason Marsden, who did Max Goof and Tino from The Weekenders, and Kovu from The Lion King 2. So
And the Lion Guard season 3.
Yep, and not to mention they're the same age.
Ironically, the only cast member who was retained in both dubs was Melvin Hayes, the skeleton.
So who did Texas Pete in the US dub if Victor Spinetti did the UK one?
Yeah, and we had Derek Griffiths and John Pertwee over our side.
Yep. Well, Danny Cooksey did Super Ted in the US. He was only a child back then. He was about 14, teenager. Because but I've more famous to know Danny Cooksey as Milo Camelani from Pepper Ann and Dave the Barbarian as opposed to Jason Marsden. Because don't forget, the Gummy Bears was the first Disney project that Jason Marsden were in, because he did Kevin in seasons 3 to 4, as opposed to Schnookums and Meat, who he played Schnookums, and then he was in a Goofy movies, Max Goof and all that. So, and Tino from The Weekenders.
Okay, Joe. Good animation news just last night.
Yep.
It's regarding a Doctor Who episode. They're recreating a Doctor Who episode in animation. It's coming out this September.
Who's going to be voiced? Is it Jodie Whittaker or is it going to be?
It's a classic Doctor, so it's an old episode reconstruction out of animation, because all the missing episodes, they've reconstructed some of them with animation. They filled the voids in with animation for the episodes that were wiped from the archives in the 60s. So it's a black and white story, and they got it's one of the last. I think it's probably the second to last Dalek story they can do, really.
Cool.
So it's the evil of the Daleks with Patrick Troughton as the Doctor, the second Doctor. So basically the rotoscoping, which well, they're using telesnaps as like reference for animatic, really, and then they're animating based on those telesnaps. So
yeah, that's cool.
It will be in color and it will be both in color and in black and white for the release.
I'm guessing, will it be a theatrical release or will it be like a BBC One?
It's DVD release. It's a DVD and Blu-ray, and you can get Steelbook as well. You can pre-order Steelbook as well.
Straight to video, huh? I thought since we had Netflix and Disney Plus that direct to video was a thing.
That was aired long ago in 1967. The original airing was 67. The episode.
Cool.
First appearance of Deborah Watling as Victoria.
Yeah,
because her father was exterminated by the Daleks, so Victoria joined Jamie and the Second Doctor in the TARDIS from that point, which is why she was involved in Tomb of the Cybermen.
It was originally meant to be the finale for the Daleks as well, because they were going to kill off the Daleks for good in that episode.
But they became so popular, they decided to keep them, right?
They decided to bring them back in 1972 when they thought. When they had when John Pertwee took over the role in 72 to open up the new season, they thought, let's bring the Daleks back. And so
awesome.
Day of the Daleks in 1972, which is going to get one of the B&M figure sets coming out in the next month, and they're coming out this month.
Cool. Joe, one more thing I needed to ask you. I've got Alex and I were thinking, because we're going to be meeting up on the 30th. Are you going to be free on Saturday the 31st?
Well, I mean, I'm always usually free on a Saturday, me. I'm always usually free on Saturdays.
Well, what time would you like us to meet you, Alex, at Hillsborough Park? Because I'm free. I'm free all day Saturday, as long as I'm back in for 6. So, what time would be free for you?
Well, normally I'm around Hillsborough Park anyway at about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, feed of a
Well,
squirrel.
that's good timing, that, because it gives time for me to travel there, really.
Yeah, and I can catch 18 because I can just get the 1:10 and then I'll probably be there 20 minutes early, so because I can get 18 all the way from outside Bellhouse Road. It goes down Hatfield House Lane up onto Longley Hall Road onto Herries Road, so I can just catch 18 from outside Concord. So shouldn't be a problem for me, Alex. I'll add it in the diary as soon as we end the meeting. So Joe, do you have any more impressions you'd like us to guess?
Well, not really. No, I was only really mentioning Roy Kinnear. I remember once a cousin of mine was in a little kind of amateur school play with, and she got to be Veruca Salt in it. One of my younger cousins.
I'm guessing Julie Dawn Cole would be so proud, eh?
It's quite a good film, I think. And actually, that is a fun fact for you.
Mm-hmm.
That actually John Pertwee was considered to be Willy Wonka.
Until this finally settled for Gene Wilder.
Yeah, he was the last. I think he was the last choice before Gene Wilder came along.
Awesome.
Because John Pertwee was asked, but he was busy with Doctor Who. But originally, they wanted the iconic poet Spike Milligan to be Willy Wonka. That was Roald Dahl's idea. He wanted Spike Milligan.
Yeah, but so out of the 1971 with Gene Wilder and the one with Johnny Depp, who would you pick?
Gene Wilder. It's always Gene Wilder.
Definitely, he's the classic best one. It's a shame he passed away like 4 to 5 years ago. It's a shame though. It's only Peter Ostrom, Julie Dawn Cole, and Paris Theman are the last surviving child actors from the original Willy Wonka, because Denise Nicholson, who played Violet Beauregard, passed away like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, I actually learned that I think about a year or two after Willy Wonka happened, the guy who played Sam, I think it was I forget the name of the shop owner, the sweet shop owner. The chap who played him, Aubrey Woods.
Candyman.
Yeah, the man who sang Candyman, yeah, in the film. Aubrey Woods, who's the actor who played the sweet shop owner. He was in the Dalek episode in 1972, Day of the Daleks. He was working for the Daleks.
So he was their henchman, basically.
Yeah, he was the henchman who ended up getting killed off near the end by the Daleks because he betrayed them. He betrayed them to the Doctor.
I knew that voice sounded familiar when I watched the Exterminate Supercut video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because there was a scene in that episode where he said, "I may have helped to exterminate you."
Yeah. I'm making a custom Dalek at the moment.
Something he was saying to someone at some point in the episode.
I'm currently making a custom one out of an old gold Supreme Dalek from Day of the Daleks. It's black. It's going to be black, and it's going to have copper solar panels and silver hemispheres based on a model that someone made for Blue Peter in the 70s.
Awesome.
So I'm going to have like a quartet of members of the Supreme Council for the 70s. Look.
Awesome, that's cool. That Joe, something I need to let you know. When I was at Doncaster, I not only got 1 but 2 Class 66s. I only got half of a picture of a Freightliner one though. That was yesterday was the first time I got a Freightliner Class 66, because usually I only ever see the EWS Class 66s around Meadowhall. So at Donny, you can get actually more freight trains than you can get anywhere in South Yorkshire. Because don't forget, Donny have dirty let's just say that not dirty sidings. a scrapyard in Donny, not far from the station. So yeah, I managed to get 2. Obviously, I can't show them today because this is a recording for YouTube. But yeah. Okay, guys. Go on. What did you say?
Well, I was just going to say, when I was on holiday in Anglesey, we saw when we went out to Holyhead to pick up one of my sisters. She arrived in on the Euston train, and it was I caught the number of it, and it was I looked it up, and it was because it's all the old Virgin ones. These ones, the old 221s. These ones, the Super Voyagers, and it was formerly Sir Martin Frobisher.
Yep. Not to mention LNER is the new Virgin. Because I don't suppose you've seen any of the LNER trains in Donny, the ones that go to London.
I think we went to Doncaster once to go to the local house nearby. Forget the stately home nearby to Doncaster.
Because there's 3 routes. There's the Sheffield to Hull, which carries on to Scarborough. Yeah. Then there's the Cleethorpes one, which I usually get on, but at Donny, and then there's the Addick one, which goes via Rotherham Central. None of my mates at Bents Green really like that one because they just prefer the quick train. But I don't mind getting on it coming back. It's just coming the way there. I just like to,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping to film more trains in September. Okay, guys, here's another impression. Okay, all the fish in the bucket now, not one fish at a time, all of it. I'm going to bounce the ball at your face.
Ooh, that's. I'm gonna say that's Oscar from. Is it from Shark Tale?
No, you are incorrect.
Ooh.
It was Bojangles, the seal from Family Guy. There was one.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Bojangles, the seal.
Oh yeah, when the violence increased, yeah.
Yeah, he threatened to bounce a ball at his trainer's face, which. Coincidentally, when she started rubbing in his belly, I immediately felt that was funny because a seal using a knife to take his trainer hostage. It's not natural, but it's very hilarious. This is something that Futurama, nor The Simpsons, nor King of the Hill, nor American Dad, nor Malcolm in the Middle would ever do. This is something original that Seth MacFarlane would, because don't forget, Family Guy have a lot of cutaways, so that's why. That's what
started out. It was The Life of Larry. They came from all the cutaways.
Yeah, because don't forget Larry and Steve, which was the first pilot that I saw for Hanna-Barbera, which Seth MacFarlane did, whilst Butch Hartman did other pilots. Because don't forget, before Family Guy. Before Butch Hartman did Fairly Odd Parents, he did Johnny Bravo. So that's where it took off.
In fact, Seth MacFarlane named Dr. Hartman after Butch Hartman.
Yeah. Okay, do you have any more impressions, Joe?
Any more impressions? Trying to think of a good one. Try and think of a good one.
Yeah, you take your time.
Anything's legal when there's no cops around.
I'm guessing Roberto from Futurama.
Ooh, not quite. I'll give you a hint. He's an international man of mystery.
Let's see now. International. James Bond?
Oh no, and he's also a bit of a con artist as well. A Disney character.
Oh boy. Let's see now.
And he wants Tony Bear to drive.
Let's see now. Is this a TV show?
TV show, yeah.
Let's see now. DuckTales?
Oh no. Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've watched it. The only TV shows from the 2000s that Disney produced I've seen were Wander Over Yonder, Star versus the Forces of Evil, the DuckTales reboot, Big Hero 6 the series, Big City Greens, Amphibia, and most recently The Owl House, which
you like The Owl House, you like Gravity Falls, because
Alex Hirsch is King from The Owl House.
It's his wife who does. It's his wife, Dana Terrace, or is his partner. I don't know whether it's either partner or wife who does The Owl House. He did Gravity Falls before then, and it's really good. I recommend watching it from beginning to end. Gravity Falls. You have to watch it episode by episode.
There was one episode that I watched with where Seuss had an imaginary girlfriend called Giffany. I don't suppose you know that.
Oh yeah,
episode.
I've seen that one. Yeah,
that's the most memorable episode that that's the most memorable episode I've seen. But yeah, that's really cool. That. Let's see if I can give you a hard one. Let's see now. What can I do that I haven't done in a while? Beastly!
Oh, that's No Heart from the Care Bear series.
Yep, Chris Wiggins, who voiced No Heart, was most viewers in Canada as Cornelius from the Bar series, and unbeknownst to Disney viewers, he was the main villain in the live movie, Canadian Disney movie, King of the Grizzlies, which most viewers first knew him in. So yeah, it's a shame he passed away like 5 years ago though. He was a good Canadian actor along with Len Carlson and Dan Hennessy and John Stocker and that. So yeah.
I've got a good one for you. Good news, everyone.
Professor Farnsworth, Futurama.
Yep, the one and only. It's I think I don't know where Billy West had inspired the voice of Farnsworth from. I don't know whether
I know where he inspired. I know where he got the voice for Zach Brannigan was.
Phil Hartman.
Yeah, because because originally it was meant to be for Phil Hartman, but he was tragically murdered, didn't he?
Yeah, he passed away. And Phil Hartman's last movie was in Small Soldiers, if you don't recall, because don't forget it was where I first knew the voice of Francine Smith, Wendy Shell. She played his wife in that movie, and it was dedicated. And I think after a few months after it got released, I don't know whether it was dedicated to him, but it was definitely his last movie.
I know that. I think. Kiki's Delivery Service was dedicated to him.
Yeah, I remember that. That was one of the first Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, it was his. I think it was his only Studio Ghibli. I think so. It was. I think. Yeah, that was dedicated to his honor. That was dedicated in his honor. That one.
Kirsten Dunst, who played Kiki, was. I knew her from two movies. I knew her from as the young Anastasia from Anastasia, where she did the young voice, and then she was in this live movie called Marie Antoinette, which was basically a French congresswoman. That's who she played. That was one of her most recent roles, because most child stars who we know now and then, we don't really know much about anymore, do we?
Mm. I've got a good one. It's more of an actor than it's because it's a slew of impressions all connected to each other. Oh, what happened? You fell down, Mr. Plod. You slipped on and broke an egg.
Noddy's Toyland Adventures, the one and only classic from the 90s, the Cogsgrove Hall one.
Yeah,
I used to love that. It's a shame they only had it on video though, because little did you know, if you hadn't known already, DreamWorks now owns the rights to both Noddy's Toyland Adventure, what Cosgrove Hall did, and then the 2002 Make Way for Noddy version. because don't forget, Sabella and Dern did that version with Chorian, which Chorian then sold the rights to Noddy and some of the rest of the properties to DreamWorks. So it's on. So it's all of the Make Way for Noddy and the Noddy's Thailand Adventures. They were on. They're on Peacock in the US. It's a shame Peacock's not available unlike just as much as HBO Max, because we only have Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime, don't we?
Speaking of Cosgrove Hall, I was shown the other day in the studio a nice little clip from Cosgrove Hall. It was called Weird Sisters or something. WRD, I think it was spelt. It was a series. And I looked at the cast, and it was got quite a few of the regulars. Jimmy Hibbert's in it. It's got some good celebrity names. It's got Christopher Lee, June Whitfield. I think Eleanor Bron's in it.
Is she the guy from EastEnders, June Whitfield?
The
woman
might be. I know Christopher Lee is obviously the Lord of Darkness himself. He's Dracula and he's Count Dooku.
Who Corey Burton and Jeff Bennett.
Names I saw there was a chap named Andy Hockley, and I looked at that and said, no way, because I remembered Andy Hockley from watching live action TV. He was, when I was a lad, he was Mr. Jolly on Plaguebus.
Cool. Well, Christopher Lee, who did the Count Dooku, Corey Burton and Jeff Bennett did impressions in the video games of the Star Wars franchise after, I think, during when Christopher Lee wasn't available. I think Corey Burton did it in the earlier video games. Jeff Bennett did it in the later video games. It's a shame. It's a shame he and John Hurt are no longer around, because don't forget, John Hurt, who I know as the Horned King from the Black Cauldron, who you may know in Harry Potter, worked with Susan Sheridan.
I've seen him as the Doctor in Doctor Who, mate.
Yeah, who's seen?
Doctor.
Yep. Yeah, because Susan Sheridan was also Princess Alonwe in
Disney. Yeah, it was her only Disney film. Yeah.
Yeah, because but I did hear in Noddy first, even though the Black Cauldron came before Noddy's Thailand Adventures. So small world, huh?
I actually watched the Jamboree video of him interviewing her, Susan Sheridan, before she passed.
It's a shame though, real shame.
And she said that she said about Black Cauldron, she originally went for Taran, the little boy.
Really?
Yeah, she does little boy voices. Her main gig was like usually doing little boy voices. So she went for the male lead originally.
But then the role was
she got rebounded with the Princess Alonwe.
Yeah, she got cast as her, while Grant Bardsley and John Byner, who played Gurgi and Dolly, he was known as the Anton the Aardvark from the Pink Panther series.
Yeah.
Which I first knew John Byner in, which came out before the Black Cauldron, while Grant Bardsley was a British child actor who did the voice of Taran. Nigel Hawthorne, who played Fluda Flam, he was known as Lord Covington in the Madeline movie and Jane's father, Professor Porter, in Tarzan.
Ah.
Yeah, because Professor Porter was one of Nigel Hawthorne's last roles. Yeah, Nigel Hawthorne's roles before his passing in 2001, which Jeff Bennett also played in the Legend of Tarzan TV series, while Wayne Knight, better known to viewers as Emperor Zurg, was Tanto in Tarzan, and Al McWiggin, owner of Al's Toy Barn in Toy Story 2, which Jim Cummings replaced in the Tarzan TV series.
I've actually watched the Tarzan movie. I'd say it's quite disconnected from any other Disney film I've seen, because it's like say if it's a very standalone from the Disney universe, like say.
Yeah.
Because you can't I don't think you could connect any other Disney film with it, or I think other than
Jungle Book and The Lion King.
Jungle Book you can't connect it with because Jane's father mentions Kipling.
Yeah.
He says Kipling as in Rudyard Kipling, the writer.
Yeah, because he was the original owner of the Jungle Book. But because don't forget, Shere Khan could be like could be like if there were a reboot of the House of Mouse, Scar would actually team up with Shere Khan, while Jafar, Hades, Ursula, Captain Hook, Queen of Hearts, Cruella de Vil would be like the human villain team ups. You know,
I've seen one thing I like about The Lion King. I've seen this, and it's pretty much got two really great British actors in it.
Jeremy Irons.
Yep, he started out doing Playhouse kids TV. He started out as a kids TV presenter and rose up the ranks.
Seriously, I never knew that.
Yeah, he was on Playhouse with people like Derek Griffiths. Yeah.
Wow, that is something.
And what else? It was obviously Rowan Atkinson's in it because
Zazu. Yeah, even
Tim Rice was a fan of Blackadder. That's why they got him.
Yeah, so not Mr. Bean. I'll remember that because I thought it was that other show because it was the 20th anniversary of Atlantis: The Lost Empire 3 weeks ago, and John Mahoney, who played Preston Whitmore, he played the main antagonist in The Iron Giant, and he was also in Ants as one of the so John Mahoney, who was in Frasier. While David Hyde Pierce was in A Bug's Life and Kelsey Grammer played Stinky Pete in Toy Story 2. So that's a connection through Frasier.
Oh, that's clever. That's a clever little thing through Frasier.
Yeah,
because ironic because Toy Story 2 came after Bug's Life. David Hyde Pierce came first. Then it was
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
because Sideshow Bob versus Stinky Pete. Now that Simpsons is now owned by Disney through 20th Century Studios, so.
It's ironic because I think David Hyde Pierce was Cecil, his brother. I think.
Yeah. So
we have a three-way standoff as well because don't forget Kelsey Grammer was also the Beast of the first few X-Men movies. Now that Disney and Fox have merged together.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought it was George Buser in the original X-Men TV show. I didn't know Beast was portrayed by Kelsey Grammer in the movies.
Yeah, the Fox live-action movies from the early 2000s. I think from X-Men 2000 to Last Stand, there was Kelsey Grammer voicing the Beast under all that blue fur and makeup.
Cool. Well,
I've seen something rather interesting recently. I've seen the Street Fighter cartoon.
Zangief, yeah, because Zangief was referenced in Wreck-It Ralph and Ralph Breaks the Internet.
This is really funny because it's all Ocean Studios cast.
Yeah, Vancouver's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Richard Newman was M. Bison.
He was also the voice of Franklin's father in Franklin. He did Wisdom San in Super Duper Sumos. And believe it or not, Michael Donovan played Spike in Tom and Jerry Tales, who does Zangief, and the Eggplant Wizard in Captain and the Game Master, which I first knew Michael Donovan in.
Richard Newman was the first voice of Captain Ginyu as well.
Cool. Anyone else you recognise from there? Because a couple of Vancouver voice actors
was there, and I think probably Lisa Ann Bealey as well. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
was Venus Terzo in it by any chance?
I don't think so.
Well, she was Princess Lana in Captain and the Game Master, and Matt Hill, who you may know as Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy. He was Captain N himself in the Game Master before Ed, Edd and Eddy came out, because it was a 10-year difference. Okay. So shortly before we end this, do you have anything to say to YouTube, Joe?
Oh, I'm not sure really. What kind of things you mean by that, Jordan?
Just introduce yourself to the YouTube viewers if you'd like.
Well, okay. Well, I'm Joe. I've much like Jordan and Alex, I've been going to Flycheese Studios. I'm also a graduate of animation. I have studied at Sheffield Hallam. So under a staff member we have called Greg Bolton, who used to work for Aardman. I studied under another staff member called Melvin Turner. I also work as a staff member at Flycheese as well, hence why I've ended up. So it kind of pays that I've got my little graduation at Hallam. I do have my own little YouTube as well. I think it's under my own name, and it's but I've got a Twitter handle of @Joe the Animator as well.
That's great. That's great, Joe. Thanks for telling the viewers that. So shortly before we conclude this, one more trivia I'd like to say that I've also learned that one of the Owl House cast members was the mother in Emperor's New Groove. So Eda the Owl Lady was played by Wendy Malick, who plays Cheetah from Emperor's New Groove and its TV series. While
I actually learned that fun fact for you about Emperor's New Groove. Just briefly, it's all the bye-bye stuff that David Spade does. That's from SNL. That's an SNL reference.
Wow.
If you look at SNL airline skit with David Spade in it, you'll see it. It's all rather funny. Strong language, but it's very funny.
Yep. And to be honest, David Spade shares Cusco with the Invisible Man from the Hotel Transylvania franchise. So that's something to know. And unbeknownst to that, there was a TV show back in the 90s which Fran Drescher appeared in. Before she played Eunice in Hotel Transylvania, she had her own TV show for Sony called The Nanny, which aired from 1994 to 1997. So that's a cool TV show. So because one more for Willy Wonka. The woman who played Mike Teavy's mother had a guest spot in Bewitched in the 3rd and 4th seasons of Bewitched. So the woman who played Mrs. TV played like a couple of Mrs. Stevens' neighbours. So that's something to look forward to.
Well, do you want to mention yourself at all, Alex?
Well, I've already plugged my YouTube channel at the start of this recording before you joined us, Joe. So as a reminder to those still watching, my next review will be on SH Figure Arts fan art from Marvel's Avengers Endgame, the Armored Final Battle version. Until then, till all are one.
Great, Alex. And my next video will be of my first my next voiced Family Guy fan dub, which will be of Bert and Ernie arguing, and Class 66. I hope you guys look forward to that. In addition to all my other videos, stay tuned. Hit the notification button, and there's a choice. You can see all videos or personalized. Guys, it's been an honor working with you guys. I hope to see you guys in the studio very soon, and I hope to see you guys on the 31st of July for our first real meetup. I'm totally excited.
I'm relishing.
Shall we say about 3 o'clock at the bench outside the Hillsborough Park Library?
Yep, I'll be on the 10 past 2:18, so I'll see you there, Alex. Don't you worry, I will be on time. And guys, again, it has been an honor organising these meetings. It's great to share my knowledge.
Having these quizzes with you guys.
Yeah, and I hope to show you some art in person and trains. But thank you for attending, and thank you viewers for watching. I hope you guys look forward to your futures, and I wish you all the best.